Everyone, my name is Patrick Zachary. I am a victim of identity theft, defraudment, which happened in Elmhurst, Illinois. I'm at the Elmhurst Police Department, where I have given them evidence packages pertaining to a property manager who I have never met, who elected to use my identity for 3 years after her and her staff deceived us, saying that in Illinois, if you ever abandon property in a place, that you're still considered a resident. The property manager and her staff fished information on me and actually set up intercoms, staged service requests, altered settings in their building to create damages. They were creating a paper trail while I was in Canada with a border closed during the whole time of COVID, where this property manager was sending out emails and texts saying, per your request, as you requested, dear resident. They added my disabled fiance to a ledger, and my mother, who's been catering to taking care of her disabled daughter. They tried to have me falsify a state government document for the United States so they could steal money from the USA. I've come in per the FBI's request, the state attorney's request, and I'm here to file the report as they instructed. Hi, sir. I'm good. I am recording. I'm recording right now. I called the state attorney yesterday. He called me back. The state attorney.
It's bulletproof like glass.
No problem.
I need you to speak up.
Yeah. So the state attorney, I spoke to him yesterday on the phone. I'm the victim of a financial crime.
Okay.
And Commander Rifkin, I came all the way from Canada with the victims, my fiance, my mother, my mother-in-law, and we've been trying to get all of this investigation coordinated. The detective who was appointed to this, a gentleman by the name of, I've never met him, Mike Leppi.
Okay.
So he claimed to have reviewed the evidence package, but when he called me, the questions and statements he was making showed to me that he didn't read it in any capacity because all of the answers to his questions are within the actual package.
Okay.
I informed the state attorney of this, and he told me, well, they need to perform an investigation. I had called the FBI from Canada while this property manager continued to impersonate me and pretend that I lived in your building. I don't even live in your country. I live in a hotel.
Okay.
I couldn't even come across the border because the border was closed.
Sure.
Meanwhile, this property manager tried to have me falsify a government document, which I had recorded in Canada because I was providing it to law enforcement in Canada, and the DuPage sheriff was notified when I called him. They tried to get me to sign a document saying I attest that I live in your city when I didn't even live in your country.
Okay.
So they could steal state benefits and government funds for COVID relief.
Okay. What precisely can I do for you right now?
I would like to speak to the detective, please.
Oh, which one?
Mike Leppi or whomever, because I have the evidence I've provided, and I would like to be able to do what the state attorney requested of me, which is come here and coordinate the investigation.
Why don't you have a seat for a moment for me, okay?
Please. Thank you.
Hold on. Elmhurst police officer. Hey, how are you? I am taking a peek as we speak. I do not see them. Yep. Yep, sounds good. All right, bye. Sorry about that. The shift watch commander right now he's not in the station, and I called up to investigations, and they're all tied up at the moment.
That's fine. I'll wait.
They're not here, so I don't know how long you might be waiting.
That's not a problem.
Did you make an appointment?
I tried calling twice to try to make an appointment. The detective Leppy never called me back.
Okay.
I even informed him on his voice box that the state attorney told me to try to make an appointment. The officer told me just go back to Canada. He was very, very condescending. I'm very upset. I was hoping to be able to have a chat with him.
Okay.
Because I have actually left my work, my studies, everything, to actually try to help law enforcement, to give you guys the evidence. The package I wrote was 50 pages long of evidence.
Okay.
And audio recordings of the crime being committed.
Okay.
But no one even read it.
Okay. I don't have anything personally.
Oh, I 100% agree. The gentleman that showed up here, there was a very nice officer that came here, Commander Rifkin had put me in contact with Matt McCullough.
Yeah.
He came down here. There was another citizen that came in, civilian that came in, with another fraud that he was encountering. I showed the civilian just a brief amount of the evidence, and I let the Matt McCullough listen to the recording of them trying to get me to defraud the state. This was originally included in the evidence package that no one reviewed.
Okay.
So I don't know what to do because they stole $40,000 from me.
Okay.
And that's a lot of money, sir.
It is a lot of money.
And they did it through deception.
Okay.
And they abused my fiance who's disabled in the process.
Okay.
My fiance lives with her mom in Des Plaines.
Okay.
And right now her mom is visiting her mother, who's 90, in Poland.
Okay.
I have to be a caregiver to help her.
Yeah.
She can't even live independently. The property manager, after causing damages to her own property, with her staff, lure my disabled fiance and abuse her on premises. And I'm on video watching this from Canada, and I have no way to help her.
Yeah.
They incriminated her for damages.
Okay.
And then they used those videos they took over 3 days that they lured her there to commit perjury and lie to a judge and fabricate a fake eviction, and they pretended they were serving it to me when I don't even live in your country.
Okay. Again, I don't have anybody available to speak with you at the moment.
How long would you like me to wait? I'm okay with that. And if I can get a complaint form, because I would like to be able to have at least a timeline, because my time is valuable too.
Sure. And
I can't seem to have a detective call me back, so I'll take the complaint form, because now I've come in here 6 days now, and I haven't been able to get any progress, and I'm going to take it, photocopy it, and give it to the state attorney's office.
Okay. I'm sorry, can I write your first and last name down again?
Sure. My name is John Patrick Zachary.
John?
Yes, sir.
Patrick?
Yes, sir. Because the state attorney told me he doesn't do the investigation, the officers do.
Okay, have a seat for a moment.
Thank you. Oh, it's terrible. They actually abused her. She has mental retardation, and she's actually a missionary good girl, but she has her mom taking care of her. This property manager deceives me because I'm Canadian, tells me that in Illinois, if you ever leave stuff behind, you're a tenant. Meanwhile, I'm gullible. The lawyers in Canada and the lawyers in the US told me this is a violation of criminal code. And they were trying to trick me to sign something called a memorandum against evictions for COVID so they could take state funds. It turned the property manager was using my identity and the information that her staff was collecting, calling me, to set up a persona of my fiance and me I left this place. I never set up utilities. I never set up services. I never even lived in this establishment. There was furniture there. The manager tampered with the settings and set up utilities, set up intercoms, calling me in Canada saying, "Hi, I'm looking for my mom," pretending to be my fiance. And meanwhile, they tampered with a setting for power where they turned off power and created a health risk in their establishment, endangering all of the people in their building.
It can be so criminal.
It is so criminal. And the worst part about it, ma'am, is I found out that the form that they wanted me to sign, and I have the phone recording of them trying to get me to falsify the state document when I don't even live in your country. There's a line in it that said that they could create an eviction if a health risk was created. These people fabricated a health risk to try to entrap us to steal our money. Then when they failed, her accomplices that work with her started texting me long messages saying, "Oh, looks like someone turned off your power. We're doing work on your property and you're this." They were accusing us of damage. I told them we don't even live in your country. They said, "Well, don't you have someone?" And I'm like, "My fiance is disabled. She can come." And I don't know if you can see what the guys are talking about.
Yeah.
They give her a code. They follow her. They record her. They use her disability to make her clean the place. And they keep telling her, "Yes, you can come back because we don't need your belongings," even though we don't even own possession of them. And then they use those 3 days worth of evidence they collected by fabricating evidence to lie to a judge and DuPage sheriff. I don't even get a summons because I don't live in the country. So I'm calling the DuPage sheriff and the FBI. And I'm like, "Sir, I don't live in your country." At which point, what does he say? "Why hasn't a warrant been made for this woman's arrest?"
Yeah, of course.
Which makes sense. Thank you.
Sergeant McCollum's not available at the moment,
Okay.
and I guess the best way to reach him would be by phone at the moment.
Would it be possible before I fill this thing out? Would it be possible before I fill this thing out? Would it be possible to set up a time to sit with these people? And that's what
By phone, you have to leave them a voicemail.
I did. They don't call back, sir.
What?
I have. They don't call back.
Okay, I don't know what to tell you. I'm literally telling you that's the option that you have right now is to call and try to set up a time to meet with him. He's not available at the moment. He's not here. So.
Okay, I understand. They work very hard. By the way, I read in the paper the other day, online. I'm very sorry for the department's loss. I heard that the chief passed away.
He did.
I'm very sorry for that, sir.
Okay.
If you
You
can,
asked for a complaint form. I gave it to you.
yeah, I asked for it because I don't really know what to do. I'm at a standstill here.
Okay.
You know, like I can't get an investigation to take place.
Okay.
And the state attorney is telling me to come work with you guys. And this young lady who just walked in sees it's a crime, as is the other person, as did all the other law enforcement agencies.
Okay.
So, and I'm not trying to put anyone in a corner. I'm not trying to do any of that. I'm out $40,000, and I've been abused.
Okay. I'm not contesting any of that, sir.
So how do you propose, instead of the complaint method, because the complaint is only if I truly can't get any assistance here, you know? But how would you propose I arrange so I can have a sit down with the detective and actually go over the evidence? Because what he had mentioned on the phone, I already expressed and outlined how it's all, I do not have a residency. I hired an attorney who called the station and spoke to your deputy chief, Kauzarowski, I believe his name is, and told him this is a violation of the criminal code of Illinois.
Okay.
So I'm a medical scholar. There's not much I can do that's not in my area of expertise, right?
Okay.
So If I'm putting together hours of my day to provide evidence and it's not even being read, sir, and I'm being turned away by a law enforcement agency?
I know that you mentioned this, and I'm hearing you. I'm letting you know this is what you asked for, so I provided.
Yes, I appreciate this, and I will fill this out.
And the other option again that you have is to leave a voicemail and speak with Sergeant McCullum, who's
Sure.
the head of our investigative division.
I would love to do that, sir. If you could even, because for me right now, the reason I'm exhausted.
I will transfer you to his desk. You can leave a voicemail. It's not available.
Sure, that would be great, because I do have extra evidence I'd have to provide him.
Okay.
And would he be the gentleman who oversees the Detective Leppy?
I would believe so.
Okay.
Maybe he's in charge of investigations.
Okay, so I would love to leave him a message, please.
Okay. You got a phone?
Yeah.
I'll check.
I'm so tired. Like it's been 3 years.
I get it.
The abuse, you know? I couldn't even go to the court because the border was closed.
I know.
And these people decided to lie to a judge?
You can see me answer the phone. I'll transfer you to his extension.
Please, sir.
Call 630.
Oh, I have to dial one? Okay.
No, dial right now.
Yes, sir.
630.